artwork. Thank you so much for meeting with us.
Thank you so much. See you.
Oh.
How are you? Welcome back. We are here. I'm here at Craneway Craft Fair. This is Lady Esther, and I'm going to welcome Miko, our supervisor, production supervisor on this immaculate show today. Hi, Miko.
What's up, Esther?
How
How's
are
it going?
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm happy to see you here.
Yeah, good. We're having such a great time here. Thank you. I just wanted to let everybody know. I wanted to tell you we were having some technical difficulties here, so I wanted to just update everybody what was going on.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to let everyone know that we've been doing such a great job of putting together our production here, working on our simulcast. It has been amazing.
Yes, it has.
We planned for it for 2 months, so we did a lot of rehearsing and a lot of a lot of meetings for it, and it's been great. But just so you know, what is it that Outcast song? You can plan a picnic, a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather.
Exactly.
So we were having some internet issues, and they were really serious, so they were affecting the broadcast. So just if anyone is curious about that, of why we had any buffering issues or something like that,
bear with us.
Yes, bear with us. But
Yes.
just, I know at KPFA, we've really been working really hard to grow our social media program, our video. We really want to move forward into 2024.
Yes.
We've been doing a lot with the KPFA Best of podcast. We've been doing a lot with our social media. It's been growing a lot.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah, I'm really super proud of it. We do a lot. We really do invest a lot in it, but like I said, sometimes things just don't go as you plan them. We're here at the beautiful Craneway.
Yes.
And
Doors are about to be open.
the doors are about to be open, but we're having an internet issue.
Oh, no.
So that was affecting our broadcast. So that's what was going on. But in the meantime, we've been having such a good time, and I just wanted to let you know how great of a job that you've been doing.
you.
And I also wanted to take this time to introduce one of our other great hosts who are going to be here, Cinnamon Sugar Shoes. So I'm gonna leave because I just wanted you guys to know what was happening in the update.
Great.
And
Thank you for that.
I'm gonna have CS here come here and hang out with this beautiful outfit. You want to switch with me? You want to tag?
Sure. Okay. Yay!
Okay.
Thank you,
so
Miko.
much, Miko.
Hi,
Good
Cinnamon
morning.
Sugar Shoes. I'm loving you all over. Am I allowed to say that?
Yes.
Oh, you're even. Oh my gosh!
I got a little bit
you
of glitter
did it.
on, because
You did it.
it's this time
It's
of year.
beautiful.
It just
I
falls
love
from
it.
the sky.
Yeah, and I just love it. What can I borrow? What can I take with me?
Well,
I
we'll
really
make
want
a deal.
this.
We'll
I
make
want
a
the
deal
shirt.
at the
You
end
see,
of
I
the
like
day. How does
green.
that? Yeah,
I like
she's,
green.
She's all over the shirt. She's all over the shirt. She told me yesterday.
I want the shirt. So you excited today?
I am. They just opened the doors, and people are starting to come into the pavilion here, which is. It's really amazing. I haven't been here in a long time.
It is amazing. Did you walk around a little bit and see some of the
have
vendors?
Yeah,
amazing
there's a lot of
stuff.
amazing stuff. And I mean, this thing is I don't know. I'm not very good at lengths, but I think it's as long as a football field or maybe a little longer.
It's very big
and
in
it's
here.
full.
It has
I'm the-
200 vendors.
Right.
So imagine that. Right?
And we'll be talking to some. You've been
Yes, we
talking to
are.
some. I'll
Oh,
be talking
yeah.
to some.
I
this
love
hour.
talking to them. I like getting into their heads to see how did you come up with this? Because it's so unique. And it's they did it themselves. It wasn't manufactured. That's the
Right.
thing about that's the key thing about this whole fair is that these guys are, they did it themselves with their own hands or their own minds. So
Yeah,
I
they
think
came
that's
up with
amazing.
these creative ideas. I know I'm going to be speaking to someone a little bit later this hour who went on this long sailing ship around the world, and she now makes handbags and dock kits and various bags out of old sails that once they reach the end of their life, they're
Yes.
just thrown away, or they were
Yes.
just thrown away, but now
Yes.
she's trying to
She repurposed.
use some of that, repurpose it, exactly. And there's other
Wow.
people I know repurposing other things. We just got to flash the sign, but I didn't see what it said. Did
okay,
it say
I
how much
got
time
you.
we have left? You got it.
Yeah.
Yay, Esther's on top of it. Lady Esther's on top of it. Thank you for keeping track of the time.
Oh, yeah, we got you.
And-
Anyway, so talk about what you think you're going to anticipate today. You came yesterday, saw some stuff Friday. Now it's like the big day for you. What are you looking forward to today?
I'm just looking forward to meeting some of these people, as I mentioned, and talking to them. The other one I'm going to talk to a little bit later has a business called Sea Wolf, and she makes, again, recycled materials. She's taking old plastic bottles and plastic, I can't remember the first thing she said, fishing nets.
Oh.
That's how she came up with the name Sea Wolf.
Okay.
Because she repurposes these into dog collars and bow ties, bow ties, and now she's got a set of bow ties, adult bow tie, person bow tie with a smaller tie for your dog.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like, you can have a matching set. That's kind of fun. And I noticed, I walked by one of the vendors that Computrblu interviewed yesterday. All these, she's made all these, a whole garden out of crocheted, like knitted and crocheted little plants and little plants and little potted plants and things like that.
Yeah,
so that's amazing. And I've seen all kinds of incredible pottery plates.
I
and
just
all
had
these
some here,
vibrant colors. Yeah, it's amazing.
It is amazing. And it's hard to describe it. It's like you have to really see it. We can do our best to describe these fabulous, items that they have, but when you see it in person, it's just a whole nother world. I mean, it's almost like a museum that we can walk up and down the aisles and just look at all the fabulous creation.
Right. And this fair's been going on for a long, long time.
42,
I remember
42nd,
actually
right?
when I was probably a teenager going to the craft fair, one of the early days in the UC Berkeley campus. I think it was in the Poly Ballroom there. And even then it seemed big, but this is even bigger. So
yeah,
it's
this
amazing.
is huge.
Really
huge.
fantastic.
I love it. I think that it's going to be another fabulous day. People look like the crowd is coming on in now. I mean, I left yesterday maybe like 1:30 or 2, and people were streaming in.
Yeah.
So I don't know how crowded it got after that, but it was a lot of people here.
And it's cool out today, but it's sunny.
Yeah,
And it's going to be.
perfect
I think it's going to
day.
be quite pleasant.
Perfect day. We're used to this.
Yeah.
We're from the Bay Area.
It's
We're
not
used
pouring
to
rain
this.
like last year.
Exactly. And even last year, they came in the rain because they knew what they were coming to.
Fantastic.
This
It's true.
fair is very, famous for its art and what they have here. So I think it's great. So
By the way,
I'll
I'll just mention real quickly because people might not know who the heck I am. I was the co-producer of the Drag Storytime series in June.
Okay.
And so if folks want to see some of the Drag Storytime drag readers reading kids' books, go search on our page, kpfa.org, and search for Drag Storytime.
Cool.
You'll find it on the YouTube page as well.
Cool. I like to hear that. And you, like I said before, you look fabulous.
Yeah, I don't know if people saw my skirt, but they will later, because drag is not a crime.
No, it's not.
Except here in Tennessee, maybe it is there.
We won't go there. All right. Well, thank you so much. I want you to break a leg out there and do your thing and have fun. That's the most thing. I'm trying to have fun today.
Thank you,
Fun
Lady
day.
Esther.
You're welcome. Take care. And we are here at the Craneway Craft Fair, the 52nd, and I am going to be introducing you to my next guest. She is fabulous. And fabulous is coming on in. Hello. Hello. I have a nice little chair over there to the right there for the third. Is it Tess? Who's Tess?
I'm Tess.
Hi, Tess. I'm Esther, Lady Esther.
DiCaprio.
Hi,
I'm Tess.
DiCaprio. Wait a minute. Who's DiCaprio? You're DiCaprio.
Hi, I'm DiCaprio.
With that nice name. Leonardo, anyone? DiCaprio and Tess. They and them. Not a problem at all. I am me. I don't know, whatever you want to call me. I'm good.
Great.
I want you to talk about your fashion for monsters. I'll be honest, I tried looking you up. I saw stuff, a whole bunch of stuff about monsters, and I didn't know if it was the right one. So I'm new now, so tell me all about you.
Well, yeah, we've done a little bit of rebranding. We're going by Monsters of the Underworld now. It's our collaboration, and it's pretty new. Like, we just did a market last weekend, and then this weekend, we've been making monsters and making art together for a long time, but sort of having this brand as Monsters of the Underworld is pretty new, so that's probably why you had a hard time finding us.
Okay.
But we're Monsters of the Underworld.
So is Monsters of the Underworld there now? I can find that?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
then I'll know I have the right one.
Yes.
And now I know who you look like. So I can, I don't know what's on there because I haven't been on, but I'm sure there's a bio page, right? I'm sure we're going to get a bio page. You know, the thing that says about us.
Yeah.
Who we are.
The website isn't totally live yet, but we've got an Instagram. And we have an Etsy shop.
Oh, good. Oh,
Yeah,
Etsy. I love
yeah.
Etsy. I love Etsy. All right, so tell me about what you do and what we have today.
So we are puppet monster artists and installation artists.
And what does that mean?
So I can show you some
Yes,
photos.
show us. I'll take that. Oh, you can be Vanna.
Okay, I'm Diana.
Basically, all of the art that we have at the craft fair is based on like the bigger art that we make.
Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, so these are our giant puppet monsters.
I love it.
This is our 3-person nudie branch slug monster. And then this is one of our installations. So we do installations as well.
For events?
For events, yeah. So we take the monsters and we take the installations to events and
So
festivals.
this is an event, but I don't see any monsters.
Right. So this was kind of pre-monsters. This is the Academy of Forbidden Arts. It's an installation we made out of
Because I
found
do events, so
objects.
I'm into visual.
Cool.
So
yeah.
that is
So like we
fabulous.
build stages.
Really?
And then we also build monsters and do like performances with the monsters. We take them on parades and things
Really?
like that.
You do the parades
Yeah,
too?
that's the parade there.
Oh
that's
my
DiCaprio
goodness.
and the axolotl monster leading the parade.
So when you're in the parade, what do you do? Do you sing? Do you just walk and make people excited? How if I saw you coming down the parade, what would I see?
Yeah, well, so before the parade even starts, we do like monster embodiment exercises because we want to get all the people who are participating in the parade like into their monster selves and
Okay.
out of their human selves.
So they become
So
one
they
with the
become
monster.
One with the monster. Figure
Talk
out,
about Thriller.
Yeah, how does their monster move? What kind of noises do the monsters make?
Oh, I love it.
You know, and we'll have like somebody with a mega. We had a couple people with megaphones, sort of like throughout the parade, to kind of like help it move along and get people chanting or growling and
yeah.
interacting with the people who are watching the parade.
You should put that on your website.
Yeah,
Like a video of one of your performances.
Well, and we had a marching band leading the parade too. So,
Really?
yeah.
A real marching band?
A real marching-
Like the
well,
Rear, I
I
just used the
mean-
Reardon marching band recently, so they're fabulous, aren't they?
Really, this was our friend who's a musician gathered up some of his other musician friends.
And they were the marching
we
band.
became
An
a marching
authentic
band.
marching
Yeah,
band.
yeah.
Was it cool?
It was awesome.
And then you came
We gave
behind
them
them.
monster hats. Yeah.
Oh, they were part of the whole
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, they marched with us.
Oh, wow, that is so fabulous. This is really, how long have you guys been doing this?
About 2 years, but
This
I've
is
been
my-
doing it 20 years.
Okay, because this is my third 2-year interview.
Oh, great.
And it seems like everyone's coming into the 2-year mark. I don't know if it's, after COVID or that people got more inspired. Maybe you were inspired way before that. Like you said, how many years were you thinking of this?
Well, no, I mean, I've been doing theater and art for 20 years, but we've been collaborating
But you only
for
look
about 2.
22. You started when
They're
you were
not 22.
2?
I started when I was 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're romantic partners as well as creative collaborators, and so the monsters were born around the same time our relationship was born, which was like a
it's a baby.
post-COVID thing.
It's a
yeah.
baby. It's your baby.
Yeah.
Good for you. I think it's a fabulous, fabulous thing that you guys are doing. So who are some of the people that you perform for? I mean, you did the parade, right?
Yes,
So
so
who was it for?
That was for a private event that we actually aren't allowed to name publicly.
Okay, that's all right.
Can we name what we're doing next weekend? Oh, okay, we
But
can't name what
but you're in demand.
You might say that, yes.
Yeah. So if I wanted to hire you, I would just go on your website and say, I want you,
Yeah. Yeah, you could just DM us.
and I want you, and I don't want anybody to know.
We know how to do that, yes.
Oh my gosh. All right. So I think you touched a little bit about, your inspiration and your ideas, but how do you come up with all this? Talk about some of the stuff that's in front of us too. These are some great boots that I'm looking. Look at the color in these boots. Oh my gosh, I love them. I'm a pink girl. I love pink.
These are upcycled boots.
Really?
That I painted with a leather paint, and we have other shoes and other clothing that are bright colors, kind of fit into the monster scheme, and all of that. And then we try to like monsterify the fashion, monsterify the clothes. So we're bringing the large puppets and large installations we do. Most of the designs that you see are the actual designs that we made to make the larger puppets.
Oh, these are great.
So like this guy,
and the fabric feels so
this
nice.
guy's like the little axolotl design based for this large installation.
You're right.
For this large puppet.
Cool. These are really, really nice. And the fabric is soft and really good against your skin too. And then we have some jackets here.
Oh yeah, that
Look at those jackets.
is our Monster Parade jacket. This was our original design for our first Monster Parade.
I love it. I love it. What size is that? Looks like it'll fit me.
Medium.
It looks like it'll fit me.
Nice and cozy.
Yeah, that is so nice. And what's our last one here?
Oh yeah, and this is one of our monster coats that are more involved, that we designed together and Tess completely fabricates. This is an upcycled jacket. And
yeah, I mean it's a monster mouth portal jacket. So all of our fashion and art is just like somehow in the realm of monsters. This was kind of sort of based on a monster puppet we made too. We have this big mouth portal monster. So I was like, what if we turn that into a jacket, make it fashion?
I love it. I love it. So what booth are you guys at?
Do you know the booth number?
I think it's 717 at in the last row by the water.
And what is your new website going to say?
What's it going to say?
What is the website address?
It will be monstersoftheunderworld.com.
Monstersoftheunderworld.com. I love it. I think you guys are doing fabulous work. You have some more stuff in your booth that you couldn't bring, right?
Oh yeah, our booth is like full of crazy monster chaos.
What are some of the best sellers over there?
DiCaprio makes these awesome necklaces in lots of fun, bright colors. People really love those.
I love it. Almost look like candy. We get those candy things we used to eat when we were little.
Yeah, well, so these are resin gummy bears that are actually came from a 14-foot tall pyramid that DiCaprio made doing gummy bear like stained glass light art. They cost 200,000 of these, and then these are the leftovers. They turn them into jewelry.
Oh my gosh, where are you guys from?
We live in Oakland.
You're from Oakland? You're born and raised?
Neither of us were born and raised here, no. I grew up outside of Chicago, and DiCaprio's from Miami originally.
Oh, well, welcome. I'm kind of a, import too. I'm from the East Coast. Well, I think you guys got fabulous products. I thank you for talking to us. I hope, you were here yesterday, right?
We were, yeah.
What'd you think?
Oh, it was
great. As a first-timer.
Yeah, it was great. It was really crowded. All the kids are really excited about the monsters. The kids pull their parents in.
Really?
They're like, look at the monsters.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, because we have some of our actual monsters in our booth. Like the big guys are up in the booth. So the kids see the booth and they're like, oh my God. Or they see the gummy bears. The kids love the gummy bears. So it's really fun.
So who are some of your best sellers? Who are your best customers? Or, I shouldn't say best, but the people that are most likely to...
I think that...
I want to come over here. Is it the kids?
I think the queer community really likes our stuff. We're obviously a queer and trans couple, and queer folks see our bright, fun, colorful stuff and see us and
I like it too. I'm not queer, but I still like it.
And then, kids
you
love
open it up for all of us, right?
Anyone who likes color, anyone who likes things that are just kind of fun and playful and silly.
I do. I think
people who don't take themselves too seriously.
Exactly, and that's the key. And you guys are just so beautiful, and your energy is great. You have that, that ambitious, just ambitious. And that's what we need as entrepreneurs. So I thank you for being here. Fashion for the underworld. Did I say it right?
Well, it's monsters of the underworld.
I got to get that
and
right.
And we do fashion for monsters.
Monsters for the underworld. Thank you so much for being here, Tess and DiCaprio. Have a great day here, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.
All right. Are we ready for our next segment? All right. Thank you for being here. We're going to send it over to Cinnamon Sugar Shoes.
Hi, I'm Cinnamon Sugar Shoes at the Craneway Pavilion at the Craneway Craft Fair in Richmond, right on the Bay Shore. And I was the lead producer of the Drag Storytime series that was on in June. But we're here to talk about some of the amazing crafts here at the fair. And I'm here now at the Landfall Leatherworks booth with Emma Casey, who makes bags of all different types out of used or sales that have reached the end of their life. Emma Casey, welcome to the Craft Fair broadcast.
Hi, thank you.
So, first of all, give me a little bit of a sense of the variety of bags that you make. I see you have everything from these large tote bags down here to these much smaller, like little dop kits. And is that a dop kit or is that something else?
Those are a little sort of pencil case or miscellaneous pouch that I guess you could use for anything, makeup or electronics cords, just any kind of storage organization. So yeah, I have a variety of tote bags of different sizes, and then I only started this about 8 months ago, so I'm running it completely by myself, doing all aspects of the business. So I don't have maybe quite the expansive variety of products that I would like to, given that I'm doing everything, but I have dop kits, pouches, totes, some smaller crossbody bags, and these ones have zippers and inside pockets, so it's a good blend.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. And what inspired you to? How long have you been in this business? First of all.
Yeah, only about 8 months, so it's all still pretty fresh, and this is the biggest event I've ever done by far. So a little bit overwhelming, but
seems like you've got a lot of quite a variety of products for somebody who's only been in business for 8 months.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So what inspired you to do this?
So shortly after graduating college, I decided I wanted to travel, and I grew up here in Marin County, and I jumped on a sailboat as quasi-crew, and we headed out from Half Moon Bay and made a left and headed south into Mexico, and what I thought was initially maybe just a long trip sort of turned into my lifestyle for 7 years. So I kept cruising and was just completely enamored and enthralled with life at sea and the simplicity of living on a 40-foot boat with one other person. And there's a lot of freedom involved with it, and you also sort of relinquish some control because you're very much living at the whim of the elements, and you can't always, choose to go where you want to go. But it's a way to feel really connected to the natural world and slowed down, and yeah.
So, what can you tell me about some of the roughest? You mentioned that you're at the mercy of the elements. What's kind of the roughest experience you remember?
Yeah, people often ask me that, like, where did you encounter storms? And you definitely do. A lot of squalls in the tropics, but I think the worst weather we saw was down in southern Africa. So coast of Mozambique down into South Africa, you get really high winds and really strong currents, and you're forced to contend with, you pick a gale from the north or a gale from the south. And I mean, our weather prediction these days is pretty spot on, so you can make intelligent decisions, but
okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about, I want to love your story, but we should talk about some of the fabulous bags you have here. So what happens to sales that makes them not seaworthy anymore?
Right, so sails definitely have a working lifespan on boats, and for cruising boats, like the type of sailing that I was doing where you're living on the boat full time, those can last between 8 to 12 years. But for the race boats, so cruising boats use Dacron sails generally, which are these white polyester fiber sails, and race boats tend to use really lightweight carbon fiber and laminate or Kevlar laminate sails. So that's these sort of shiny black and tan ones with the carbon fibers running inside, and then these black carbon ones. And they want the lightest weight, so that they can get, eke out every 10th of a knot and with zero stretch in the fabric. And so those get blown out. Like in races, they'll shred, because they're really pushing them to their limit. So they all get thrown away. Every sail after it's sort of outlived its life, and they break down from UV exposure, salt, wind. All of those things are sort of working against them.
So what do you do to repurpose them? Where do you find them, and what process do you need to go through to make them into bags? And by the way, I just want to pick one of these up. This dop kit is incredibly light. I mean, well, there's nothing in it, but even so, it's like it's not like it's even lighter than the nylon, so typical nylon bag.
Very packable. So people donate these sails to me because I started collecting some, and then people who have heard about what I'm doing now reach out with sails to donate. And I have an industrial sewing machine. You need pretty strong equipment to work with these. And I also combine leather with my design, so I have a lot of leatherworking tools and...
Speaking of the leather, so those dop kits are some of the smallest bags, and this little pencil bags. But look at this thing. If I may grab this, so this is like a big.
This is an older sail. It has a bolt rope along the top edge, which was hand stitched on, and that's not as common these days. So it's actually kind of becoming more rare to find sails that have these kind of features. And
did you add this stitching, or is that part of the sail?
So all of the
So this bag, by the way, just has like diagonal zigzag stitching across the bag itself. For those of you hearing us on the radio can't see this thing, and really reinforced. So that would be where the sail attaches to the mast.
Right. That might be the tack or the clue where you have several layers of fabric, and the zigzag stitching is sort of a marker of sails, and a lot of people will recognize that these are sails because of that stitching style. But I try to incorporate as best I can the original features of the sail to give each bag a really unique quality. So no two are alike, and each one, is going to have different placement of grommets that were part of the sail, zigzag patterns, this rope that I was talking about, and I really try to use those in the aesthetic sensibility of these bags. So.
Okay. We just got a couple minutes left. I want to, you said some of these other bags over here have interior pockets. Is that right? Can you show us some of those?
So this is kind of a neat sail. It's a white Kevlar tape drive laminate sail. And again, lightweight. Oh, another thing I love about sails is that they're sometimes quite sturdy and stiff and hold their shape. So you can set these bags on the ground and they remain open and upright, which is really handy for loading in and out. This one has, a zip closure across the top.
Very sturdy zipper. That you could take all kinds of stuff in that.
Yeah, and then an additional zipper pocket on the inside for your little valuables.
Mm-hmm. Knickknacks, comb, compact, all that stuff. We got to get out of here in about a minute, so time flies. It's been great to talk to you. How do people find you? First of all, of course, she's at the craft fair until 5 o'clock this afternoon, as all the other vendors are here. But if someone is not able to come to the craft fair today, how would they find out more about you and your business?
Yeah, so I just want to mention also I make these in Sausalito, California. That's where my workshop is. I don't have a brick and mortar store, but you can find me on my website, which is www.landfallleatherworks.com, or Instagram of the same name. That's where I do most of my social posting, but everything is also for sale on the website. Free shipping.
Okay, landfallleather.com, Emma Casey. Sorry, landfallleatherworks.com. Emma Casey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that's it. Come on to the KPFA Craneway Craft Fair at the Craneway Pavilion in Richmond, 1414 Harbor Way South off of the 580 freeway. I'm Cinnamon Sugar Shoes.
No, it's.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean about that? Hi, we are back. We're at the Craneway Craft Fair, having a fabulous time, having a wonderful time looking at all the fabulous vendors. I'm here with Antonio Ortiz, Interim
Yes.
General Manager of KPFA.
Thank you for having me.
Hi
I'm
again.
enjoying it here. Are you enjoying?
I am having such a good time. I met some wonderful vendors today. Did you meet anybody?
Just some people walking in through the door, right, saying how they support the station. I'm getting letters
good.
of, rooms for improvement.
Oh, well, there's always that. If not, no one's perfect.
That's true. That's true.
No one's perfect.
Yes.
So what do we want people to do when they come to the fair today?
Well,
Besides that shopping stuff, what do we want them to do for us?
Well, what we want them to do is we want them to support KPFA Radio, their listener-sponsored radio station, by coming to the booth and making a donation to KPFA Radio. We're doing a little bit of an experiment this time around to see how getting 100% of the donations in front of the building,
Yes.
at the door, works for us. And so we're keeping our fingers crossed. And so we do have a booth. Once you walk in, it'll be to the right side. And there's a place there where you can dip in your credit card for a quick $25 donation, or you can give us cash. And people have been giving checks and all that jazz, so there are other options.
Yes, and they're coming in. I mean, people are just streaming in. I just love it.
Yes, there was a huge stream just a moment ago, and I'm thinking, I should be at the booth right now.
I'm holding
And
you up.
Yes, I'm being held up. Oh.
Well, what did you think about yesterday? How did yesterday go for the people, you think?
For the people, I think it was really good. There was a lot of people coming in. The weather was nice.
It was excellent.
It felt crowded. Right, so I don't know how compared to other times,
it was a lot of people. It
Yeah.
felt crowded, but it was a good crowd, I think.
Yeah, I think last year, compared to last year, because you were here last,
Yes.
we weren't here.
Right.
But last year we were at the Alameda County Fairgrounds, and because it also rained.
Yes, it
the
rained.
second day, it was world different.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Worlds apart.
I love it though. I love a lot of people. I think the energy during the holidays is a magical thing. People are different. And I don't know if it's the mood of us being, on the holiday season, but I like it. I wish it was 24/7.
24/7. I think
All year round.
I think around this time we start paying attention to family,
Yeah.
friends, relationships,
Yeah,
right? If we can, because
exactly.
it's important
It
for
is
us as
important.
humans.
We are
Yeah.
all human, and we need that hug every now and then.
We do. And talking about hugs, we'll talk about online connections. We're going to go straight to how you can find us
Yes.
on social media.
Yes.
You can find us on Facebook at KPFA Radio, or on... Did I say that wrong again?
No, Ed, you said it right.
No. I said it wrong again. I'm so terrible.
Okay.
You can find us on Facebook at KPFA 94.1.
Yes.
You can find us on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch TV.
Yes, you can.
At KPFA Radio.
There you go.
Who would have thought someone who's been working at the station for this long keeps screwing it up?
Oh, it's
So,
okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're live broadcasting from the Craneway Fair, and we are here today from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And the fair is open to the public from 10 to 5. Thank you.
Yes.
I'll see you soon.
One thing before I go.
What's the one thing?
The one thing is I want to let people know that you can make a donation to KPFA
Yes.
at the door.
Yes.
But also feel free to make a donation to KPFA online. If you are at home and you're listening and watching us, you can go to kpfa.org, support us, hit the donate button.
Yes.
And support your listener-sponsored radio station.
There you go. We thank you for your support in advance.
Thank you.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you so
Am I
much.
done? Oh,
you are done.
Thank you.
I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right. And now I am going to bring on my next guest. She's fabulous. I got to see her in action yesterday, and everyone was clamoring for her stuff. Come on, come on, come on. Crystalline, how are you? Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having
me. We are
me.
with Crystalline Saunders Diggs, and she's with Diggs Publishing. And I am so proud of you. I mean, my heart just,
Thank you.
I feel my heart just ache. I just covered my mic. I feel my heart just aches when I see all the attention that you had yesterday at your booth from everybody,
Thank
all
you.
walks of life,
Thank
not just
you.
little kids, grown-ups, me. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Is this your first time?
At KPFA on the radio?
No,
No.
I mean for the fair.
For Craneway, no. I've been vending here for about 3 years.
Did I miss you last year?
Maybe.
Were you at
no.
the Alameda?
I was here.
We were at Alameda last year, not here.
I was in Alameda.
Oh, I
was on
missed
the
you.
radio, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, hi again.
Hi again.
So what's been happening since last year?
Since last year, I've expanded my publishing company, and now I'm working with more authors of color to bring more diverse books out into the world, and just working, writing and working.
Great.
And, yeah.
So let's talk about Diggs Publishing.
Yes.
Tell our listeners and our viewers a little bit more about who you are, what you do, and where they can get your stuff.
Absolutely. My name is Crystalline Sanders Diggs, and I am an author and a children's book publisher. I am the founder, owner, and CEO of Diggs Publishing, and my mission is to make sure that children of color can see themselves as the main character in the books that they read. And so by doing that, we need to encourage and have more diverse authors and authors of color. So reach out to me. I'm happy to help you bring your children's book mission and vision to life. You can reach out to me at ksdiggs.com or diggspublishing.com. I'm also on Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
You're everywhere.
I'm everywhere.
So talk about some of the focus of the books. When I went on your website, I realized that some of the focus of the books had to do with something that happened in your life. Can you talk about how you started this?
Absolutely. So I got my start several years ago, and my mission is to make sure that parents and educators and families are having open conversations about bodily autonomy, consent, and boundaries to protect children against abuse.
Yes, and that's important these days.
Absolutely.
So how did you come up with that, though?
Unfortunately, a child close to me reported that they were being sexually abused. And as a response and as a way to heal, I wrote my first book, Where Hands Go. I don't have it here with me.
Oh, okay, your first book was Where Hands Go?
The Introduction to Safe and Unsafe Touch. And then from there stemmed a lot of other books about bodily autonomy and just things that affect children, social emotional learning. Here's the ABCs of consent. So if you're hesitant to have the first conversation about body safety, start with consent. We can choose. We say yes or no. And then I just wanted to write books that build and lift children up and that were diverse in every way. I have books in Spanish because I believe diversity should not just be the color of your skin, but also be language and culture. And so this here is my latest book. It's called I See Me or Me Veo, and it's available now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. And it's about the lack of diversity in children's books that we're seeing. The majority of children's books do not feature children of color as the main characters.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's less than 30%. The majority of children's books feature white children, unfortunately, as well as animals. And I don't think that is, it's not what we see in this world. That's not the diversity that we see in this book world. So this is how to be an advocate about that, the landscape that we're facing. And it's about a child who goes to the library, doesn't see any books with kids that look like him, and he makes a change. Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Thank
They're all
you so
designed
much.
so beautiful. The colors.
Thank you.
How did you come up with a lot of these visuals? These are just very unique.
Thank you.
The little afro, is that afro?
Yes, it is. Coily curly.
Curly. That's good hair.
I love bright, bold colors, and
so does kids. They do
absolutely.
Like that too.
And I love authors. I love illustrators, and so I stalk illustrators.
Oh yeah.
And I handpick the illustrators that I work with really carefully. And if I have a story in mind, I will hold it until I find the right illustrator to work with. Absolutely.
That's like writing how you write a song. Some people, got to write the right song with the right person, the right, collaborator.
Absolutely.
Good for you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud and so moved by, seeing, business owners like yourself. How many books do you have so far? Seems like a lot.
It's hard to say, but I'd say close to 22 books.
Wow. Because you had it filled up back there. I was like, oh my gosh, look at this. Good for you.
Thank you.
What are your plans for the future?
Plans for the future: growth, expansion, helping other authors bring their books and their visions to life, and just growth. I recently hired an assistant, so we're adding more people to the team.
That's wonderful. Good
and
for
just
you.
Bigger and better things, absolutely.
So what do you see as far as more book topics? Do you plan on writing more, or are you good with what you got?
I'm always writing and constantly writing, coming up with stories. I have hundreds of thousands
So
of stories.
you've
always.
got a vault.
I've got a vault, writing every day. And I encourage you, if you're a writer, if you're dreaming of being an author, write everything down. Take notes, write it in your phone, write it on a piece of paper. I'm constantly writing. So
When did you start again?
Several years ago. Yeah.
You didn't have that inspiration only just 2 years ago. It had to have been in you, as a child.
It's always been in me.
Even outside of the abuse part of how you started the first book, I can see that you're a creative person.
Yes.
So when did that creativity start? How are you inspired to do this? Because it's more. It's plus that, but it's something else. I see.
It's perseverance and it's dedication. Creativity is just natural within me, but I've been through so much trauma. I've been homeless. I've been a former foster youth. I'm a first-generation college graduate. I have several degrees in criminal justice.
You make me even more proud.
Thank you. So I've always had perseverance, and I've always been determined, but now I'm mission-based. And so pouring all of those stories into books that inspire and encourage children is just so rewarding to me.
So you do this full-time?
I'm full-time.
Since when?
Since January of this year, full-time author, publisher.
Yay.
Yeah, took that leap and
You're my
been
second
very
one.
blessed.
I've heard this today. God bless you. I
Thank
wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh! What are you gonna do though? Can I borrow one of your degrees?
Surprisingly, they all come in handy.
I know. I'm
They
sure it
all
helps
do.
a lot to
They
know
do.
what's going on.
Absolutely, but it helps with my mission and my advocacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh well, we are so proud of you.
Thank
I think
so
you
much.
are simply the best.
Thank you.
What is your booth number? Let's tell everyone.
I am SR Bay.
SR Bay. That's
yes.
different.
I'm just right against the wall over here to the left.
And what is your website?
ksdiggs.com. On Instagram, author K Sanders Diggs, or all things Diggs. You can find me on TikTok and Facebook.
Great.
Yeah.
I hope you have a great time
Thank
today.
you.
I hope you had good stuff yesterday
Oh,
too.
we were sold. A lot of books were sold out.
Oh,
a lot of books.
You
were
hear
sold
that?
out.
You
Yeah.
got to get to those books, and if you can't get to them, online.
I can sign your books on the spot, so come down.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Yeah.
You're just beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful spirit, beautiful, product. I mean, it goes together.
Thank you so
and you will do well. I hope you remember us little people when I see you on Oprah.
No, I appreciate the support of KPFA. No.
All right. Thank you so much.
so much.
Crystalline Saunders Diggs. Thank you so much.
you.
Crystalline. Crystalline. All right. Thank you so much. We are at the Craneway Pavilion and looking at all the wonderful people coming inside the door. We're going to get to know some of our craftspeople when you get here, so come on in. You can support our radio station as well by donating to our KPFA radio and stopping by our booth at the front of the fair. Thank you all for tuning in live today. It's been a great day. We've got a great rest of the day. We're open from 10 to 5 for the public, so it's not too late to come down and get some gifts for our family and friends. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Craneway Pavilion in Richmond, California at the Craneway Craft Fair, which has been benefiting KPFA for over 50 years. And I'm here with Kirsten Setterstrom, who owns this company called Seawolf, and they make products for pets out of recycled plastic. So Kirsten, tell us a little bit about Seawolf and how you happened to found it or start it.
Sure. I have a background in sustainable product development in home textiles and apparel. And during the pandemic, I decided to get a puppy, like a lot of people do, and realized how much junky plastic stuff there is for dogs. I really wanted to have an option of leash or a collar that wasn't made of something just cheap and disposable. I wanted something that was beautiful and long-lasting and sustainable. So I found a way to make yarns out of recycled plastic and organic cotton and started the company that way. So I design all the patterns. Each of the leashes and collars have 6 different patterns available.
Let's show some of these.
Sure.
David, if we can pan in on those, David.
Sure, and they all have 2 patterns coordinating, like a floral, sort of Mary Mecco floral print. Lots of them are bright and colorful.
And of course, on the radio, you can't see these, so we'll try to describe some of them. But
sure.
The fabric, the feel of this is so smooth. It surprises me. What makes it so smooth?
Oh, it's a combination of the organic cotton and the recycled plastic. So it's actually the plastic that's in there that gives it a really soft hand feel, and it's very gentle against the dog's neck, so you don't end up with any chafing around their fur. A lot of dogs get hot spots from collars that are too tight or too abrasive, so these alleviate that. And then I have matching coordinating bow ties that are made from organic cotton that slide onto the leashes and the collars. And I also have bandanas that do the same. Sorry.
Before you go too much farther and faster, I want to just try to describe some of these collars. So they're like, this one has like multicolored stripes of different widths. It's a kind of sort of primary colors, but not too hot, I would say.
Yeah.
And this one is kind of sort of reminiscent of flowers, and this one's like fruit, like tangerine
shapes. This one is sort of a southwestern diamond inspired by a yarn dye, like a traditional southwestern pattern. And the final one I like to call just floating leaves. It's sort of a teal, blue, and green with multicolored leaves on top. And then
beautiful.
I have a coordinating pattern on the back, so when the leash flips back and forth, you see the 2 patterns.
Great. Okay, so now you are talking about bow ties. What got you into making bow ties?
I design all the patterns myself, so I either hand paint or create on the computer each of the patterns, and I decided after I started the leashes and collars, it would be nice to accessorize the dogs and give them something extra to make their ensemble. So now I make the bandanas and the bow ties, and they match back or coordinate. So some of them are exactly matching, like exactly the same pattern, and some of them are something that coordinate in a color that looks nice with it but isn't exactly the same, like a polka dot that goes with one of the stripes, for example.
And you were telling me earlier that you now have bow ties that there's one for the owner, and
I'm making them for humans.
Let me just
and for
hold
the
this up for a second. What do you think? Should I swap it out for the red one? I don't know if it goes with what I'm wearing, but it's really fun. That one is how would you describe that pattern?
I'd say this is like a traditional little checkerboard, and it's in red and white, has little green sort of olive shapes, and I've actually hidden a couple little paw prints in the pattern, so it really has a dog flavor or personality.
Tell me a little bit more about your commitment to environmental sustainability. I mean, I am constantly shocked by the amount of plastic that's in our world, even with all the talk about the big plastic, what's that thing called in the middle of the sea? You know what I'm talking about, the big bog. And yet, it seems like more and more packaging they keep putting more plastic in stuff, even when we're talking about it. So you started with, there's a story behind the name of the company, Seawolf.
Seawolf started because some of my leashes and collars are made from recycled fishing nets and textile waste. So the fishing nets actually come from the sea, and some of the plastic bottles are harvested from the sea through an organization called Healthy Seas organization. And I am a member of 1% for the Planet, which is the organization that helps fund climate change initiatives. So I donate 1% of my total sales every year, which, as a non-profitable company is very expensive, but I do that to give back. They have a minimum that you pay when you're a small company to give back and make sure that I'm doing my part, not only with selling product that's sustainable, but also donating to an organization that can use my funds to be a bigger change.
Okay, that's fantastic. That's really wonderful. So we've got, is that 6 minutes left you're telling me? Okay, good. We got plenty of time. I was looking over to make sure we hadn't run too long. We haven't talked about the bandanas yet.
Sure, we have the matching bandanas that are made in the same patterns as the leashes and the collars. They slide onto the dog collar very easily with a little, I'd call it a little tube on the top, so they can wear it directly on their collar. So they come in 3 sizes, coordinating prints, tangerine, the floral, the Southwest diamond. And then I also did want to highlight some of my toys. So my toys are actually full of actual sheep's wool that I get from the European Sleepworks company that makes mattresses here in Berkeley. So they sell me the scrap wool, and then I have toys that I make out of. So it's a fish shape, a big long fish, and this fabric is my dog. This fabric comes from Guatemala, and it's made from recycled denim. So they actually use the yarn that falls on the floor when they're manufacturing denim to make new yarn and weave it into these stripes, and then I make it into the dog toys. And then you can use Pezzy Pet's treats and just put these little treats into the nooks and crannies. So I'm tucking those into the little areas once I folded the fish up, and your dog works to get that out. And I think
your own dog was getting very excited when he heard that squeezy noise.
So
how long have you been a dog person?
I've always been a lifelong dog person. I grew up with dogs, grew up with Labradors like Poppy, and actually we give this one to her.
That's great. And again, for folks who can't see this on the radio, what's your dog's name?
Poppy.
Poppy is just going after this little dog toy with a squeaky thing inside, and so a little snack as well. And they are compared to the leashes, they're the least bright things, but they're very handsome. They're like
a denim.
Denim, like in a light blue and a I guess you'd call it just blank canvas, a white.
Exactly. And then I do things for cats also. So these are cat toys. I call them catfish. So they're shape of a fish. They're striped, almost like a French-style sardine, and I sell them in boxes of 3. So they have organic catnip inside and wool, again from the European Sleepworks company. So those are my cat assortments.
As a cat person, I'm happy that you have something for cats.
Yes. I know my company is called Sea Woof, but I actually do have cat things too.
So give me Sea Woof and Meow.
Exactly. Yeah, we need to change that.
For folks who aren't actually coming to the fair today, how can they find out about Seawolf and all of your products?
They can find me at seawoof.com, which is SEAWOOF.com. And I'm also on Instagram at C_woof.
SEA. Okay. So let's just remind you folks that we're at the Craneway Pavilion in Richmond, California, 1414 Harbor Way South. Take Harbor Way South from the 580 freeway if you want to come down and see what's going on here. It's a beautiful day. I'm looking out at the, you said, Kirsten, this is your first time at the craft fair. What's your experience been like so far? How was yesterday?
Yesterday was a banner day. It was one of my best sales days that I've ever had at any event. I mean, it's a beautiful event. There's so many vendors with so many different things, all kinds of artisans, great things for gifts. A couple of us that sell things for dogs and pets.
Did you have a chance to walk around yourself and see the other things?
I did. I mean, there's fabulous jewelers here, textile artists, treats for dogs right next to me in the same booth 623.
It is amazing, the variety of things here, and all made by local artists. It's a juried exhibition. There's 200 vendors. So if you might have, got some holiday shopping to do, this might be a place to do it. Let's see. Do I need a little more time? This? Okay. Okay. So Craneway Craft Fair. By the way, this has been benefiting, the craft fair has been benefiting KPFA for over 50 years. And this year, we're accepting donations at the booth, which is the KPFA broadcast booth is right inside the front door of the fair at 1414 Harbor Way South. And if you can't come down, you can always make a donation online at kpfa.org. That's kpfa.org. And see the videos later on our YouTube channel or Twitch TV. I'm Cinnamon Sugar Shoes. Bye now.
We are back. I'm so excited. Look at all those people coming in here.
Yes, throngs and throngs of people.
Yes, the
I see them
party's just beginning.
It has, and I see them hanging around the booth and looking at some donations coming to the station.
Oh yeah,
Wonderful.
that's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
We had a fabulous 2 days here with all this vendor recognition and excitement. And I want to thank you all for taking some time to join us and also support KPFA Radio. Remember to check us out on our social media platforms, Facebook at KPFA 94.1, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch TV, Twitch TV at KPFA Radio, and X. I'm not sure what X is.
X is the new Twitter. It's
the
new name for Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you guys know what I mean.
You know what we're talking about.
So we want to also give some special thanks to our fabulous, fabulous crew. We could not have done any of this without all those people in the background who are making things happen.
Yeah.
So I am going to say thank you with a big star for 2 fabulous days of, making things work. So our KPFA crew and talent here at the Craneway Craft Fair, we're here yesterday and today. They're still working. I want to thank especially our executive director, Antonio Ortiz. Thank you for your leadership and your guidance.
Yes.
I want to thank our production supervisor, Miko Tolliver, for putting up with all of us, because there's a lot of personalities here, with a lot of demands, and a lot of technical issues that she's managed to handle, very well. So big shout out to her. Our technical director, Peter Stickney, equally as fabulous as well. Thank you for doing what you did to make the lighting look good on me, Peter. Producer Prima Jackson, thank you for your guidance. Producer Paula Birch as well. Our co-host.
Oh, that'll be me. I didn't know that this is what we're doing. We're going on what we're thankful for. So thanks to Computrblu for co-hosting, being out there, a roving host, and just rolling with it. Thank you to co-host Lady Esther for joining me and being just a pleasure to host with. Also, thank you to co-host Cinnamon Sugar Shoes, also roving today at the fair. And then also to our Comrex remote radio engineer, EA, who's helped with the connections to the station yesterday and today.
Great. And not to forget, roving video producer David Flores and graphics tech Jess Hutchinson, our teleprompter operator, Mr. Clayton H. Peterson, production assistant Maya Alford Hill, Jess and Clayton's tech support Paul Garber, live board op Friday and Saturday was Rod Akil, and live board op for Sunday today Jose Gonzalez.
Yes, and then just going back to David Flores, I want to say thank you to Berkeley Community Media, Channel 28 and 33 in the city of Berkeley for collaborating with us and helping make this a reality with video. Also, I want to thank the Craneway Pavilion staff, Crafts Fair producer Neve Lionheart, who's been putting this together for the past few years, Director of Operations Christopher DeRoca Quincello. Sorry.
You got it.
Sorry, Quincello. And associate producer.
It's Quincello, sorry.
Jacob DeRoca Quincello.
Yes.
And for the music credits, we want to say thank you to, the music videos from YouTube, The Best Christmas, and also...
it had no copyright background music.
Yeah,
Thank you, everybody. We want to thank you all for being here. We hope to see you again and support KPFA Radio as best you can. We really need your support. We want to keep going and doing all good things that we do. So thank you for your support in advance, too.
Yes, make a donation here at the fair. Also, you can do it online at kpfa.org. There's many ways to support KPFA.
Yes, so many ways. I mean, we do good work. You know, some of our programs that we have are so needed now, you know, because the topics are relevant to what's going on in you know, in the world right now.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit of some of those shows that people should tune into?
Some of the shows that people should tune into, the ones that stand out
right now.
I mean, there's a lot of shows that stand out. It all depends on what you're interested in. So if you're interested in knowing about public affairs programming, things that are of the topic now, we have a news program at 6 o'clock. We have a bunch of public affairs programs that are originating from the station. Up front is an example, Law and Disorder, Letters in Politics, Flashpoints, as well as Hard Knock. We also have some other shows like The Talkies that has a call-in element. Also, we have Against the Grain that's produced at the station, and we have a ton of other shows that are done that have volunteer host producers, and we have 60% music at KPFA. So if you love hearing music, check out all the different genres of music and hosts that we have at KPFA.
And you don't have to worry about timing. You can go on there and it's already on. Thank you so much. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
From KPFA to you. We love you and thank you for everything you've done for us and going to do. Be safe.
Thank you.